Well, happy, my goodness, I almost just forgot the day of the week. Happy Friday. It's Meteorologist Ansley Parker here, and I am in for Meteorologist Alex Pry. He is on a very well-earned Christmas vacation, and that is actually why I almost forgot the day of the week, because it's a holiday week. So hopefully everyone is at home having a restful time with family or friends, or just enjoying a little bit of time off from work as we head into the upcoming weekend. Now we are going to dive, as always, into the extended forecast. I'll carry along the torch that Alex Pry normally carries on these mornings at 11 a.m. and we're going to kick it off like we always do with a look at all of the sky cams. Now, spoiler alert, we're going to be talking a lot about temperatures in this upcoming stream. There is a lot of warm weather out there right now. There's been a lot of warm weather for the past couple of days, so we're going to talk a little bit about where we're heading in the upcoming week. And if you haven't been a fan of the temperatures, the good news is they're actually getting a little bit cooler heading into the 7 days. So we'll get there, but we're going to start again with the sky cams right now. And it's actually a fairly calm and quiet scene across all of the sky cams this morning. We've got pretty much blue skies everywhere, a couple of clouds out there, but not widespread blanketed cloud cover like you'll see on the satellite and radar in a moment. Some other areas in the state actually do have. So that's the case in Perry and in Macon right now, but a very similar story in Warner Robins and in Dublin. Mostly blue skies, occasional nice little puffy cumulus clouds out there, really not bothering anybody. So it's a really good start to the day out there, and it is also a really warm start to the day out there as well. I did promise that we were going to see a little bit of a change on the way. So we're staying warm at least through the rest of today and heading into the weekend as well. But the change is on the way in the form of a cold front. It comes our way as we kick off the upcoming week, and it is really going to start to settle in as we actually kick off the upcoming New Year. So we're going to talk a lot about the New Year's holiday in this stream as well. I'm talking temperatures that are more winter-like that come with this cold front, in fact below average for this time of year. So we're going to take a huge swing in the opposite direction, and we are going to get well below average for this time of year, where we're sitting right now well above average for this time of year. So let's start where we're at right now. I love this temperature map right now because I think it does a great job of showing what's happening in our area. We've got this dome of high pressure in the mid levels of the atmosphere, and that is dominating the temperature forecast that we've had over the last couple of days. It's bringing in the flow down from the Gulf, and that's just filtering in southwesterly air into our area, and it's just keeping things nice and warm. But it's not just us. You can see it kind of extends across a lot of the kind of eastern to mid portion of the United States. And it's keeping temperatures well above average for this time of year, all the way up in Indianapolis. They've got a 59 on the board, so it's really not just us. There's a lot of places that are sitting above average for this time of year. It's in the 70s down there in Florida. We're close to 70 already here in Macon. So across our area, we have temperatures that are kind of split right now. We're seeing some more sunshine in a couple of spots and some more cloudiness in a couple of spots, which is why we have this temperature spread on the board. Over here towards the east, you can see we've got 70s already on the area, and then over towards the west, this is where we've had a little bit of thicker cloud cover throughout the morning. That's where temperatures are still kind of hanging out in the low to mid 60s. But regardless, no matter if you're in the 70s or if you're in the 60s, it's still above average for this time of year. It's nice and warm, and we're only warming up as we head into the rest of the day. So when we kind of take a look back at the past couple of days, obviously this is not the first day that we've had some pretty warm temperatures. We had a really warm Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. In fact, not just really warm, the warmest ever in terms of Christmas Eve. The high temperature on Christmas Eve was 81 degrees. That blows the record out of the water. The previous record was 77 degrees. So we now have the warmest Christmas Eve on record just 2 days ago, 81 degrees. Crazy. And then on Christmas Day, we got close. We matched the record is what I'm trying to say. We matched the record that was set back in 1982. We didn't break it, but we matched it. So combined, this was one of the warmest Christmases on record. It's absolutely crazy. It was really abnormally warm. And again, it's just that dome of high pressure that we're sitting under right now. We're getting all that southwesterly flow, warm air advection coming in from the Gulf. It's just kept things really above average for this time of year, and that continues as we head into the next couple of days. So we're still on this warming streak here, at least as we climb into the weekend. Definitely for today, we've got mostly clear skies out there, a couple of clouds throughout the day today, but other than clouds, you really won't have much to worry about in terms of the forecast. Temperatures will definitely be the thing that you notice most throughout the day. The high temperature today will be somewhere in the low to mid 70s, although looking at the temperature map that I just saw, areas that get a little more sunshine may overperform this just a touch. So we're somewhere similar to where we were yesterday, maybe a degree or two cooler than the 78 that we saw on Christmas Day. But overall, I don't think it's going to feel too different. Still going to have that really warm feel in the air. Definitely doesn't feel much like late December. It's going to feel a whole lot more like a late fall, early spring type of thing outside. So well above average, when the average for this time of year is supposed to be right around 60 degrees. So we're going to talk a lot about temperatures, but I do want to talk a little bit about rain chances as well, because as we head into the weekend and the early portion of next week, there will be some rain chances that start to enter the forecast. So we'll start with where we sit right now. The satellite and radar shows mainly some cloud cover. Like I said, there was a bit of a spread going on, right? We've got clouds that are coming in from the northwest, so there's more cloud cover up there in North Georgia, but there is some that's kind of starting to creep over into our western counties, and we saw that on the temperature map. Definitely some more locked in cloud cover to the west of 75, and it is a lot clearer to the east of 75 and elsewhere here in central Georgia. So that will be the case throughout today. You'll see these clouds kind of fluctuate in and out, and then we won't really have to worry about rain. It's just going to be this kind of on and off, clouds are in, clouds are out pattern for the rest of Friday. In fact, if we take off the cloud cover and just let the radar run here, you can see there's nothing to point out on the satellite and radar, so you really don't have to worry about rain chances through today. If you happen to be getting a head start on maybe taking down some of the decorations, I don't even want to say it, I'm not ready for Christmas to be over, but if you're doing something like that outdoors today, or just trying to enjoy the last of the holiday weekend, getting outside with family, it's a great chance to do so. I really don't think there's going to be a whole lot to worry about. The temperatures obviously are going to be nice and pleasant, although warm, and we don't have to worry about rain chances through the rest of today. But this weekend, there will be some rain chances on the 7-day forecast. So let's break down the future view and talk a little bit more about what you can expect. Through today, like I said, it's just going to be clouds that are in and out. You can kind of see it paints those clouds a little further up in North Georgia, but some of those could creep down here in central Georgia. It'll just be in and out, but I think we'll actually have mostly clear skies through today. Just a passing cloud from time to time is all you need to worry about for this afternoon. As we head into the weekend, that's when we're going to start to see our cloudiness begin to increase a little bit. You can see as we play the timestamp out to Saturday morning, we start to see clouds become a bit more widespread, but the clouds are also going to bring with them enough moisture to support a sprinkle chance or two. So you're going to see a rain chance on the 7-day forecast. It is not an impressive rain chance at all. I've thrown about a 10% on there for both Saturday and for Sunday. It covers the bases for what you can see in some of this cloud cover. These teeny tiny little isolated sprinkles, they have the chance of popping up within some of these blanketed cloud cover throughout the weekend. Overall, it's a low end chance that you're going to see anything at all. And if you happen to see something, it'll be extremely short lived. It's one of those rain events where you hit the windshield wipers once or twice and then it's almost over. So you won't have to really worry about this too much. If you're looking to get outside this weekend, I still think you should be able to do so. You just may have to duck and dodge some pesky little light showers from time to time. That's Saturday, and it's kind of going to be the same situation for Sunday. We're going to see cloud cover become a bit more widespread. This may look a little bit daunting, like we're going to see a lot of rain on Sunday morning. Sometimes this model, the graph model, does this when there's just a lot of cloud cover coming in. It's picking up on all the moisture, and this may not actually be showers. It would be what we call Virgo, which is when there's rain that doesn't actually really hit the ground. So I wouldn't get too thrown off by this. Same kind of thing, just a couple of isolated sprinkles that could be possible throughout the day on Sunday. So really the main thing for the weekend that's going to be different from what you see outside right now is just that the cloud cover may be a little bit heavier. You'll definitely still have peaks of sunshine, particularly on Saturday, but you'll be dealing with cloud cover in between that and, again, the chance to catch maybe a brief sprinkle. But overall, temperature-wise, the forecast through the weekend is basically going to be the exact same. We're in the mid-70s through today. Same situation for Saturday and the same situation for Sunday as well. Those overnight lows are still going to be nice and warm, so if you're out in the morning time, it's still going to be warm in that period as well. We were in the 50s this morning. We'll stay in the 50s as we head into the upcoming weekend as well. Not too many changes on the way for the weekend, other than, again, that 10% chance of rain that you see outlined there, just covering the bases for if you happen to catch one of those brief isolated sprinkles. But don't let it deter you from getting outside. You should still be able to enjoy the weekend ahead. Now, we do have a little bit of a more promising rain chance on the way, although as we get more and more model runs, it continues to look less promising. So you're going to see a higher chance of rain on the 7-day forecast for Monday morning. We have a cold front on the way, and the cold front is going to be a really important part of our forecast through the upcoming week. It's going to play a role in temperatures, and it's also going to play a role in rainfall. So after we kind of lose that cloudiness and we head into the upcoming week, starting with Monday, you can see where the cold front lies as we go out into early Monday morning, a little bit further out to us. And you can see while it's further out towards the north and the west, it does look like it has a bit of a more organized rain chance. But as we play this forward and track this over into central Georgia, notice both of the long-range models have this breaking up a good bit, but they still have it bringing some sort of rain chance or some sort of moisture into our area nonetheless. So we're probably talking about a little bit of a cloudy, scattered shower situation for Monday morning. The first half of Monday may just look a little bit gross, but overall in terms of how much rain we're going to see, I'll show you the projected rainfall totals here in just a minute. It's not looking super impressive. It's going to be a little bit more promising than what we see this weekend, but overall I don't think it's going to be insanely more promising. To give you perspective, I've thrown 30% chance of rain on the 7-day as opposed to the 10 that we have for Saturday and for Sunday. So that's the first half of Monday. We've got this front that's going to come through, definitely going to push a lot of cloud cover into our area, and we'll likely see a couple of scattered showers as well. We've tracked this out to about Monday afternoon, but after we play this throughout the rest of the day Monday, this cold front, as cold fronts do, is going to take all of this moisture with it and all of the cloud cover, and we're actually going to be left behind with a really great second half of the day on Monday and a great Tuesday as well. So after we lose all of this moisture and all of this cloud cover from this front, we are actually going to have a really clear week ahead of us, which means we're going to have a really clear New Year's Eve. All of the New Year's Eve celebrations, the ball drop, the buzzer drops, anything else that we have going on across central Georgia. In terms of cloud cover, in terms of rain chances, it's going to be smooth sailing. So you don't need to be worried about being outdoors in terms of it's going to rain. It should still be a really nice night. We'll have clear skies and it will be really nice. But in terms of the temperatures, that's where things get a little bit different. We'll talk about that in just a minute. We have clear skies through New Year's Eve and then through New Year's Day as well. We're going to have a great, nice and clear start to 2026. And then it's really clear skies that carry us into next weekend as well. So as we go through the next couple of days, the best chances to get rain is really probably going to be early Monday morning. And then after that, we're on another little bit of a dry stretch here. So good to kind of kick off the new year with some clear skies. I know that kind of is a good opportunity to kick off some New Year's resolutions. Maybe you want to exercise outdoors, things like that. It'll be nice and smooth sailing to do that in terms of rain chances. Now, in terms of temperatures, things are going to start to look a whole lot different. But before I get to the temperatures, I will show you the projected rainfall totals for the chances that we have on Monday morning. Now, I know, I even showed this at earlier in the shows, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is really looking bleak. This is not a very high rainfall total. I think that we have the chance to see a couple of scattered showers, like I said, on Monday. It'll probably be cloudy. It probably won't look the best. But in terms of how much we actually tack on, it's probably not going to be very impressive. The long-range models have this thing kind of falling apart. There may be some heavier pockets that could get up to maybe half an inch of rain, but it does look like we're trending in the direction of a lot of places getting very minimal amounts of rain. But that could actually be a good thing. If you have to head back to work on Monday, this would be during morning commute time, so it may not impact your commute too much. Or just generally, if you have to travel back to town on Monday, people tend to hit the roads a little bit more as we head into the upcoming work week. So hopefully this will actually not be too much of a nuisance as we head into the new week. And then if you're just kind of hanging out and chilling at home, then hopefully it will just be something that you're still able to get outside in the second half of the day at least. We'll keep an eye on that rain chance for Monday as we go into the rest of this weekend. And the upcoming week, we'll get more information, obviously, as we get closer to that and we get the high resolution models and their information about that rain chance. But right now, obviously, it's not looking super promising. So we'll keep our eye on that, but let's talk more about temperatures because that is something that we have a little bit more certainty in heading into the upcoming week. So we've talked about this cold front. It's going to bring some rain chances our direction starting on Monday, but it is also going to bring some Arctic air to our region. So I kind of want you to pay attention to what's going on way up in the left corner of the screen. We're going to have all this cool air coming into our region, and you're going to see just how much this cold front is going to impact our region. So if we play this out over the next couple of days, you can start to see when we get this cooler air, and I will just let it run because it is pretty impressive. You can see this is as far out as the long range models will go on the temperature front, But check it out, we get this dark color purple starting to get into our area. And once you get that, that's when you get the indication that the temperatures are really going to get chilly. You can even see way up towards the north, there's starting to be some white in the screen, and that means that it's going to be seriously cold. So we're talking about this cold front not only knocking us back closer to average for this time of year, but actually knocking us well below average for this time of year. So we are going to take a huge temperature swing heading into the upcoming week. So let's talk specific numbers on that. Obviously, we're in the 70s through today and into the upcoming weekend. But as we kick off the upcoming work week, that's when we'll start to see these temperatures drop. Not exactly yet on Monday. By the time we hit Monday, that's when that front is going to be rolling through. So it's going to be trying to reinforce the cooler air. But we'll still have a whole first half of the day on Monday where the air is relatively warm. So we'll be somewhere in the middle on Monday. As that front comes through, high temperatures will be somewhere in the mid 60s. By Tuesday, that cold air will really start to have filtered in, and we will really start to feel that in the high temperature of the day. Tuesday will also likely be a bit of a breezy day. Again, we need these models to get out that far to kind of show you how high the wind gusts are going to get, but that's how it typically goes when we have strong cold fronts. A big pressure difference tends to result in a lot of windiness. So we'll likely have a windy, brisk, cold day on Tuesday. The high temperature is only expected to be 48 degrees. Now, New Year's Eve is on Wednesday. Obviously, we're not there just yet. On this map, on the 7-day forecast, I have forecasted mid 50s. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what I expect the temperatures to be like if you're out near midnight. Overall, I think you just need to know it's going to be pretty cold. The overnight lows actually are going to be even worse than the high temperatures. We've been really warm in the overnights for the past couple of days. We've stayed somewhere in the 50s. So the average low for this time of year is supposed to be in the upper 30s. We're supposed to be getting close to freezing each night, but we have been well above that in the 50s, and we will stay that way heading into the upcoming weekend. But by the time we get to Monday, you'll start to notice it just a little bit. Again, that's when the front is working its way through, so not freezing just yet on Monday, but by Tuesday, we are back in the upper 20s. So that's going to be the low temperature for early Tuesday morning. And we're going to carry the 20s with us heading into Wednesday and Thursday. That means heading into New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So it is really going to be cold if you've got outdoor plans for New Year's. It's going to be somewhere in the 20s by the time we wake up on early Wednesday morning and then early Thursday morning as well. So let's talk a little more specifically about the new year. Check out this little graphic that we got going here. It's exciting. We're heading towards the next holiday here in Central Georgia. That is the start of 2026, rounding off 2025. And overall, if you're going to be out at midnight, this is kind of the number that I've landed on here for when the ball actually drops. This is going to be close to where we actually will be. It's going to be cold. There's no way around that. And we'll probably be somewhere in the 30s by the time midnight strikes. So if you're out earlier than that, it'll be a little warmer, somewhere in the low 40s. If you happen to be out later than that, it is going to be even colder than that. So I know we have the buzzer drop over in Perry. That happens a lot earlier for families and folks like that. I think that is at 8 p.m. It is going to be a lot warmer around 8 p.m., probably somewhere in the upper 40s, low 50s, but still cold. I mean, we're going to be getting used to that much colder air settling into our area. No matter what kind of New Year's celebration you have going on, just bring a jacket with you. It's going to be a lot colder than the 70s that we've had for the last couple of days. And it may even come as a little bit of a shock to your system compared to what we've experienced with the 70s over the last few days. So New Year's, what you need to know for now, cold, but the silver lining with that is we're not talking about rain chances right now, and that's not expected to change. So you can pretty much set in stone the fact that it won't be raining for New Year's Eve, but that it's going to be cold, and obviously that forecast is only going to get more fine-tuned as we go through the next couple of days. So a little bit of a roller coaster here on the 7-day forecast. We definitely have some really warm temperatures on here today all the way through the weekend, but Monday is going to be our major transition day. I've got 30% chance of rain on there right now. I wouldn't be surprised if over the weekend I end up having to drop that down just a little bit. From what I'm seeing from the long range models in terms of the projected rainfall totals, it's overall not looking super impressive. So we'll kind of see how that looks as we go throughout Saturday and Sunday. Expect there to be not the best looking morning on Monday. We'll definitely have some cloud cover. There'll be a chance for a couple of occasional scattered showers, but things will all clear up as we head into the afternoon. That's kind of why we got the sun peeking out in the second half of the day. The temperatures will be somewhere in between these really warm numbers that we've had and these really cold numbers that we're going to have as that front comes through and starts to clear out the rain and starts to usher in the cooler air. So Monday is kind of a transition day in every sense. We'll have this kind of a little bit messier weekend where we have occasional sprinkles, We've got that early morning Monday rain chance, and then we clear out Monday afternoon, and we set up what is going to be a really clear rest of the week. So the start of the new year is going to have nice and clear skies. New Year's Eve obviously is going to be nice and clear. No chances of rain after we lose that front on Monday, but temperatures are going to be a totally different story. High temperatures will be below average. Low temperatures will be below average. Like I promised, those 20s are still there for New Year's Eve and for New Year's Day. So really, really cold as we kick off the upcoming new year, but we're creeping our way closer to where we should be for this time of year. So more details are to come as we get a little bit closer to the start of the new year. Hopefully you're able to kind of relax, chill, enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. And if you have to be out early on Monday, I'll just check back in with the forecast to see what those rain chances are looking like as we get a little bit closer to the actual time frame. Obviously, I'll be here all weekend. Meteorologist David Guerrero will also be in, and we will be providing updates on that Monday morning rain chance all weekend long. So thank you so much for joining us for this extended look at the forecast. As always, we'll be here all weekend, and then you can join us once again Monday morning at 11 a.m. Have a great weekend.